So I have a Am I the A-hole that I want us to get into really quickly. Let us see what this one here is talking about. Let me get it up on the screen for y'all real quick.
Overreacting after I found out my boyfriend's online friend group I became a part of 2 years ago has been just him the whole time. I guess I should have been less oblivious, but since a little before we started dating in 2022, I was added to my boyfriend's, just friends at the time, 3-person Instagram group chat with what he explained were some of his closest online friends. The 2 other accounts seemed like real people because they had real followers and comments on their posts and drastically different aesthetics and looks to them. We eventually made a Discord server for us, and that alone was convincing enough since multiple times we've all been active at the same time. We never voice chatted, but I used to never voice chat either, so I didn't think twice. The group got closer, though, as more and more time passed since I was first added to their group chat, and last month we got together and planned a research trip to Hawaii for August. We live on the east coast of the US, like we booked everything. So imagine my surprise when I'm over at his house tonight and his computer is open and I just want to log into my Google Docs when I accidentally stumble across, first of all, follower bot sites, and also him logged in and chatting with me as one of the individuals I thought I had become close with, and just got this sinking feeling. I didn't jump to the idea that they could be fake either. I was like, maybe he just has these logins since they're all so close and is way too interested in these messages. But then I noticed their only chats were the group chats in the server, and the real kicker was the email added that it was signed up under was his backup email with his full name. I quite literally snooped until he got out of the shower and caught me, which I'm not saying was right of me, but I couldn't help myself. During my snooping, I gradually became devastatingly confident that he wasn't behind just one but both accounts. I've never seen his face so red, and he just absolutely panicked and started shouting at me to get out of his business. I couldn't even form the right words to say to him. In the end, I just walked out of his apartment sobbing. It's very early in the morning. I get that, but this screenshot is what he has to say, and I'm starting to feel crazy. Am I overreacting about my discovery?
No, hell, you're not. I want to see what the messages say. When it finally came time for the Hawaii trip, how were you going to explain that? What were you thinking? You know, something I've noticed about you. That's when you know it's a problem. You can never just be calm, and there always has to be an issue. I know you were raised in a volatile environment and still have to relearn a lot about healthy relationship dynamics, but it's like you thrive on chaos only. And we were gonna see Wicked tonight. I guess there goes that. She says you can't be serious. He says, okay, don't be dramatic. You know, this isn't a big deal. Yeah, nah, he crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we were gonna see Wicked tonight. I remember us having a similar conversation to this, but I can't remember if we were talking about the documentary or not. It was I told y'all that this literally reminded me of Sweet Bobby on Netflix. And it was a girl who got catfished. I don't want to say who catfished her because I don't want to ruin it, but she was talking to a guy and it was 3 different accounts and she thought it was all different people. It was all the same person. Shit is weird. It's crazy to me that she isn't addressing this. Like she kept trying to, my bad. The one other thing I was gonna say was that she kept trying to talk herself out of something not being true. I saw somebody saying gaslighting 101. And the funny thing about people who end up being with people who gaslight, they're typically trained like their whole life by someone who does that. So you become like unsure of what your reality is. So that way you're easily manipulated by other people you run into. And it's easier when you run into that into relationships like this, where she's questioned, like you clearly see what it is. Oh, maybe he just has all the logins, but you are trained to question your reality. That's just scary.
What did I just
Very
say?
much.
Anybody that makes you question your reality, you need to consider cutting them off because it's a red flag. I had to learn that the hard way. But as soon as somebody starts trying to act like what I thought was happening is not what's happening, and I feel like, bitch, you know what happened? Yeah, nah, I can't fool with you no more. Can't fool with you.
Yeah, he definitely gotta go. And then I don't know how long he kept it up, but it seemed like he did it for a very long time. That's some dangerous behavior. Like it's making me think of single white female.
Yeah,
that's scary.
There are too many of those out here.
Your partner is insane.
I have
Oh,
something that I want to ask y'all.
What's up?
okay.
Okay. I'm like, am I crossing the line? Okay. All right. I'm gonna bring this up. I ain't gonna say no names. I ain't even gonna say who told me this, but this shit is crazy. And I'm like, we got to talk about this. So there's this girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's this girl. She's friends with another girl. Let's call her Sarah, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Sarah has 2 kids. She's a single mom. This friend has been helping her out a lot. But she's also the type of person, in my opinion, that likes to help people out because they feel rewarded. You feel important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So anyway, she ends up going over to Sarah's house when Sarah's 2 kids are there, and Sarah end up getting drunk because she's just so stressed because of everything that's been going on in her life, and she just need a night. So she ended up getting drunk. Sarah falls asleep on the bathroom floor. This was I forgot to add that when this girl and Sarah was hanging out, there was a third girl that was over there, but the third girl had went home. So since they all had been drinking and Sarah was passed out on the bathroom floor, Sarah said, "Hey girl, grab my phone and text Rebecca and see if Rebecca made it home." So the first girl who I'm talking about ends up grabbing Sarah's phone to text Rebecca to see if she made it home. But instead of just texting Rebecca, she ends up going through this girl text messages.
Searching her name.
No, not even
Oh.
that. Hold on. Not even that. She end up, so this girl who's the single mom, and this is not about, but this ain't what I'm telling y'all. This girl who is the single mom, she ends up talking to an NFL player. So the friend, while she's in her phone, specifically goes to the thread with the NFL player and is looking at the text messages between the two of them, and she feeling some type of way. I don't know why, because the girl never fucked with, the girl don't even know him, so there's no reason to feel some type of way, right? So then she goes to she says that she goes through the phone and sees that Sarah had been sending the NFL player nudes. So the whole reason why I know this is because the girl that's friends with Sarah came to me and told me about it, but was talking shit about Sarah and was like, "How are you gonna be drinking and your kids is home and you pass out on the bathroom floor and you sending this man nudes?" And she basically mom shaming her for everything she could think of. And for me, the shit was weird because it felt like some hater type shit, because that's your friend.
Right.
That's not your man she was texting.
Why you judging
So
her
who
like that?
why you judging her, for one? And for two, you say that you just went through the phone and saw that she sent nudes, but I feel like you went over to that little iPhone section to see what pictures was being sent to find out. But I just feel like that's an invasion of privacy.
It is.
And it's giving single white female, like, why are you upset with her about exercising her freedom? She's a single woman. So I'm like, what was you gonna say, Jami?
I was gonna say you're absolutely right, single white female, and it's also given that you hanging with a hoe you don't like. You don't even much like that woman,
And
but
you
you hanging
jealous
with her.
is what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
very much so.
So in this situation, if you know Sarah, because y'all got this mutual friend who was going through the phone, would you low-key tell Sarah, like, girl, she went through your phone and saw your text message and looked at your nudes? Or would you just kind of like take note and fall back from the friend who was going through Sarah's phone?
I definitely will fall back, because I feel like if you would do that to them, how you gonna move with me? And then the other thing is, you got to really gauge how much drama you want, how much mess you want, because reality is wanting to tell, hey, just watch out for her. That's all I'm gonna say. Just watch out for that one, right? But then that person is likely gonna have that whenever they have that conversation. It may give, oh yeah, such and such told me to watch out for you, but why would she say that? But that person knows why. Now they're gonna turn their anger towards you, because now they feel like you can't keep a secret and then like that. And then they may be back together cool, but you on the outs looking crazy. So it's just about how much drama you want, or how you what you want to do. It's sad because you want to tell your friends, but then at the same time, it's like you don't want to involve yourself. And when the time comes, I'm gonna let you know about this person.
Absolutely.
Right.
Because you could tell her a little bit, and then she still may hang with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. The shit just weird to me because it's given like the fact that she added that the man was an NFL player made me feel like, bitch, is you mad because she got 2 kids and she's still pulling and you still ain't pulling nobody? Like, what is this about? Why are you mad that she can? What, she can send nudes if she want to.
Jealousy. You're jealous. It's giving jealousy. I don't. I like. Why do people hang with folks they don't like though?
For a plethora of reasons.
You know what? It's complex. Especially if you've been friends. Maybe you liked them in the beginning, but grew to not like their ass over time. Hello. I'm listening, Bondi.
Nah, I listen. I don't even know if y'all can hear me most of the time. So I'm just like, listen, I'm trying to like do shit to see if I can fix it. And it's over here struggling. But I'm gonna say this, because my liquor kicking in. If people act funny in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, if the relationship is worthy of a conversation, then have a conversation if it's worth mentioning. If the relationship ain't worth even worrying about, then don't even stress yourself out. Just fade into the background like you know how to do. You know what I'm saying? Fade into the bushes, bitch. Like that's all you got to do. A lot of the times people, we grown now, we busy, unless they try to force a conversation, and then you can have the conversation. That way it's like, well, since you asked. But I feel like if it's not worth it, then don't worry about it. I definitely pay attention to the way people move in their other friendships, because it's like, bitch, if you moving like that over there, you might be moving like that with me. And there's nothing I can't stand more than somebody that asks all of this sympathy or empathy from you, but they don't give it back.
Right. I'm like, it's not like she got drunk and left her kids at home alone. Your friend was going through a hard time and you was at the house with her. She drank too much. A good friend will put your kids to bed and stay over there with you.
Yes.
But these,
like fuck.
I get
and then
it.
to take advantage of going through her phone while she's drunk and stuff, like that's just messed up. Like I think lines should be cut right there. Like you gotta go.
Absolutely.
But she doesn't know, right? She doesn't know.
She doesn't know. But the way I feel about it, because these aren't my friends. This is a story of one of my friends' friends. For me, if I was the person who was being told what happened, that would be the end of relationship for me, based on how you moving with Sarah. And I'm friends with Sarah by way of you, technically. And that's enough for me to stop fucking with you, because the shit's weird.
Yeah, for sure. And if you moving like that to where it's like, I'm cool with you by way of, I really could care less about this friendship. Sarah, let me tell you about the hoe. And you just let her know. Especially if you don't care to connect with that person again.
No, it's the weirdo who my friend is closer to than Sarah. It's the weirdo.
Oh,
not the one. She closer to the weirdo, and the weirdo told her these things out of anger about Sarah, thinking it was normal.
I would have to moonwalk off Sarah. I would have to. And when the time is right, because I feel like there's always a time where what's done in the dark is gonna come to the light. And when that time comes, you're gonna be able to let them know. But the problem is they may feel a way that you didn't let them know any sooner. Oh, that's so complicated.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing. I heard the story.
The anonymous box over on Facebook.
I don't know.
Remember the used to go around?
Yes. You saying go to Sarah page like, hey, you might want to watch that bitch you rolling with.
Yes. So you feel relieved. Tell her like, hey, word on the street is homegirl ain't your friend. Yeah, I know. Yikes. Because I also feel like if Sarah would tell that person, then she probably told other folks. So she may not know who said what, potentially. But
yeah, that's true.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was my listener letter.
Okay. Okay.